Okay, we should be live. Just checking that the audio works. Yeah, it seems to be working. I dropped the volume back to where it was before the road trip, because I'm assuming we only needed it to be louder for the road trip, since the microphone was further back then. So now it's back to where it was. Let me get some gloves. Also, thank you Citronelli for being first. Hello, hello. All looks good. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, we'll start with bending 20 rebars, because that's what I have left of those that I cut earlier. And then we'll have to start cutting more of those. It is a bit sunny here, so we'll see if I either go get a cap or sunglasses. I guess sunglasses won't really work, because I would need to have the like protective glasses when I start cutting. So I think for that I'll have to just get a cap. But yeah, it is extremely sunny. Hello guys. I don't know how much you're seeing when I'm here, but yeah, I will be working here. So basically I step onto this side and pull that thing. So I'm wondering what's the camera angle, because you guys are now like shorter than you've been in previously. So back when we were working on the foundation, there was the issue that you only saw like the below the throat angle. So you did like missed our heads. So I'd like to actually put you guys a bit higher. Also, thank you Eguna for subscribing for 4 months in a row. I'm paying the house, can't believe this. Very nice. Also, no one hasn't been not first yet, so if Eguna is fast, she might be not first. Hello. Sugar mommy Eguna in the house. Yeah, hello, hello. Can't believe this. Yeah, but I'll get the cap to maybe help with the blasting sun. There we go. Thank you Eguna for being not first. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, we'll first bend the remaining 20 rebars, so I'll just get them from the side here. Apologies, I'm just like running around. I was like kind of early. We left the lunch place. I think it was like shortly after 11. But regardless, I just somehow, even with the almost an hour left, I somehow squandered that time. So the only things I achieved in that hour was like put on sunscreen and change my shirt, and that's basically it. I didn't need to be new here. What does that mean? What the hell? What the hell? But yeah, so we'll be bending these guys. So I have a mark here, so approximately there is where it turns into 20 centimeters at the end there. And then I have maybe put this a bit too tight. This handle thing here is a bit tricky, because if you have it too loose, the rebar might just like go underneath it. So when you pull that thing, it like lets go, because it like suddenly is no longer on the rebar there. Hi, I'm new here. What the hell? What the hell, guys? What the hellington? But yeah, so around here is the mark, so that we would get, because like behind me you can see there's like 5 piles of these already. So these are piles of 20 rebars. So these were the ones we cut earlier. So I think it's been like 2 weeks or something now, but we cut like 120 of these rebars back then, and I'll have like bent those during the evenings here. But yeah, so let's try to bend this. Again, I'm trying to tighten this up so that it wouldn't slip. I'm assuming that's about the right spot. But yeah, so I've been doing it so that I put one leg on the pallet here, because if I don't, the whole pallet starts moving. So it has like my weight on it as well, and then I just pull like this. And usually I do it so that I let go of it and tilt it upwards a bit, so to prevent it from jumping or like going like below here, so that it would like release the pressure and I would just go tumbling. So I just like halfway there I move it a bit, and then I do the final twist. And I usually do it a bit over, so that, because it usually like goes backwards just a tiny bit after you've bent it. So that's I would say a solid 90 degree angle here. And again, like with this kind of machines, if you remember how we were like working on the foundations and we had like a plank of wood and we bent them on those, you don't get like straight angles like this, like you get such a curvy ones when you do it. But unfortunately those we can't, like those foundation molds we can't put here because this is such a small one. There's not enough space for it. But yeah, so we'll just start another pile here for this. Let's hope these piles won't be in the way. Actually they might be. Let's maybe move this pallet at some point then. But yeah, so then we just feed another one. Again I put my leg onto the pallet to put some weight on it. I tend to check that this hasn't come loose because I feel like every time we twist it this comes up a bit. Again, to prevent it from jumping, I tend to move it a bit. Something like that. That should be again I guess it's kind of good. And sometimes I do it over and then I have to like readjust it backwards. Now I seem to have clicked something. You know? Can't believe Citroen is new here. But I think this one will do. Looks to be okay. But also one rebar escaped. So let's take that one next. But yeah, so again we'll start with this. What the hell? How is it stuck like that? Maybe it'll go there. But yeah, so we'll start with bending these rebars and then we'll start cutting new ones. Would that be okay, I guess? But yeah, so how have Citronelli adjusted to the new place? I guess you've been there a few times, but now that you're living there, how much of a shock has it been? Being back here. Shocking, surely. But yeah, it's hard to tell, like when do I need to put just a little bit more, because again it like goes backwards a bit after the bend. It's not too bad. So that's the fourth one. I'm still really tired, haven't really gotten around too much around the house. Been walking a lot to try to figure out the neighborhood, but all in all it's good, very nice. Yeah, I guess it's because again we had like this working stuff and all that stuff like before this move, so I guess it's like unwinding for you for all of that. So I feel like it's okay if it takes a bit of time. So don't stress about it. But yeah, so that's another one again. But yeah, so the thing I'm actually wondering about is, because previously when we were cutting the rebars there, we had this pallet there. So we actually put the rebars in between those planks on the pallet. And this one is not too heavy to be lifted off. Also I brought in like rocks and stuff on top of it so it would move less. So I don't want to start like moving those about. So we'll have to see when we start with the cutting, because I think we could maybe get some like sort of like bricks to maybe put those like between and then put the rebars in between those sort of like stones. So I think we have a few of those lying about here. So we'll just go gather those, I guess, to help align the rebars when cutting. But yeah, like that. Yeah, very much still decompressing, having nightmares about work. Oh dear. Yeah, I think you mentioned one of them, but I didn't think it was a regular occurrence. Like you're getting many of those. We'll go a little bit more. I have to say the chat phone is not helping this. So far I haven't been like smacking it too much, but I don't know why, but apparently my watch, when it goes close to like a device that has like wireless charging, whatever. I don't even know if this one actually has it, but apparently there's some kind of, maybe it's like an NFC or something. It's like trying to read that tag. Because my watch is like, I'm near a workout equipment. You want to start sending like workout data, so it thinks that chat phone is something like a lifting machine or whatever. So when my watch gets close to the chat phone, it starts tripping. That's another one done. How have you recovered from the drive? I don't think it took me that bad, like much time to recover. I don't think it was that bad. I feel like the Saturday was worse. I don't know why though. Maybe, I don't know. Again, I guess the stream really helped, because I feel like I didn't really need to recover from the Sunday that much. Also, I was like earlier home than I had like assumed, which I think also helped. Because I was like back in Minecraft before the day was over. Now I think we have too tight of an angle, so I'll try to adjust this a bit with my own weight. Yeah, that's better already. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Again, I somehow, the Saturday was a lot worse. I guess it was like also because I think I left like a lot later than we did on Sunday. And like I was alone most of the drive and stuff. But I have to say that Saturday evening when I got to your place, like your previous place, I was like, yeah, streaming this will be absolute mistake. What have I done? But I guess that was like the savior in my books, because it was like really nice with the stream. Like time really flew by with the people in chat. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I was thinking, because I don't know how many of these rebars I need to do. I'm thinking of making, like I said, another 120 today, and then I guess I'll come in the evenings to bend them. But for the insulation thingies, I think we'll be making those, like making more of those insulation boards underneath the foundation on Sunday with Egguna. But I was thinking, if, and depending on the weathers and stuff, if I could get you, Citronelli, to join me on next Friday for these insulation placements, because that's something that's really hard to do alone. For sure, it was a lot of fun. I'm still shocked by how well it went. Yeah, I am also like really like, I don't know, impressed maybe is the word, on how well the connection held up. Because apparently there was only like one hiccup in the whole 8 hours or whatever it took. Because again, we were like in a moving car going past the most of Finland, I guess. So, although of course we were like in the main roads, but still I feel like it was like unexpected how well it worked. So that was a nice surprise. Surprise, surprise. I guess we could have done a bit more on this guy. Let's put it back. A bit overdid it now. Yeah, it's a bit overdone. Overcooked. Can't believe this. I'm down. Send me a message after the stream and we can figure out the schedule. Yeah, it would be on next Friday. I guess we could start at noon like today. So just like a week from now. But yeah, I'll send you a message. Send you a message about it. If you're curious about what we'll be doing, it's the same as well, of course, the same as we'll be doing on Sunday with Egguna, so this upcoming Sunday, and also what we did with my brother last Friday, so a week from now. So I was leveling the gravel underneath the foundations, and my brother was using the bubble level to measure that those were where we wanted them to be. So again, I would put you on the bubble level, so I'll be on the shovel / raking business. So yeah, that's something like basically the next steps, because again these guys are not, well, I guess they are needed before we can pour concrete, but I guess the amount depends on how many we'll actually need for the, because I'm like only calculating at the moment like we'll need like 300 of these or something, but that's for total, so for both buildings. But we've been debating whether we pour the concrete for one building at a time, so we could, if we had those insulation boards down and the foundation molds down, we could already start pouring concrete on the main building while we wait for the, and then while we wait for that concrete to dry, we could then continue on the garage secondary building. So for that sake it would be nice to have someone here to help with the foundation, meaning the insulation boards. I have a general idea, yeah, I would rather fight the gravel than measure though. You know how good I am at judging distances and stuff. Well, yeah, we could switch it up if you would like to. If you'd like to be on the rake. Because I do have the knee pad, so I guess I could also try and do the leveling. It would be the first time for me on that job, so. But yeah, we could do that as well. Just might be, I'm thinking that I would be faster on the rake, but we'll see. I guess it's not about speed as much as it is about accuracy and stuff, so might not be too bad. I'll be sore in like 15 minutes so we can switch around. Yeah, that's an option too, yeah. We can of course switch back and forth. But yeah, so will be like the goal of today is to cut more of these rebars. So for those just joining in, I still have like 20 of these had left. So I'll bend these first, and then we'll continue on the cutting. Because these were the ones I cut on stream some like 2 weeks ago or something. But I've only gotten to bending 100 of them, and there's 120 total. So that's why we're starting with this bending first. So we're not even working towards the goal of today. Can't believe this. Diabolical. But yeah, I have to say this bending table is working really nicely. No complaints about this guy. Because like the first times I tried it, I didn't have any of these stones on top of it, and it was moving wildly. Of course, without the Euro pallet, it was like moving even more. But even with the Euro pallet, it wasn't enough, of course, because it doesn't really add that much weight. Just that's like footprint on it. But this footprint is really helping with the weight now. So it hardly moves. If I didn't put weight on it, because you might see that I put like one leg here so that my weight is on the underneath of the pallet, because there's like a wood going that way as well. So I like increase the weight of the pallet with my leg, and then I put it here, the back of it, for the same sake, the same reason. But if I didn't do that, I don't think it would work. I think it would move at maybe the first pull. Afterwards, I don't know if it would move, but at least the start it would be moving quite heavily without me putting some weight on it. The bending also looks like fun, but I'm not sure I would have the strength to do it. But yeah, I was just thinking about helping out on the plot earlier in the morning. Excited to see it in person. Oh yeah, that's also because you haven't been here in person. I think my grandpa, for example, he sometimes watches the stream. I think mostly he like just checks up on what's going on. Because I remember my grandma was saying that during the heat waves, my grandpa was like, can't believe that they're diabolical. So he just, checks up on sometimes what's going on here. But he mentioned, because he didn't then afterwards, like some weeks ago. Well, actually it was when they came in and took the Avant back to my father's. My grandpa was there with him, and he said that it looks so different, like compared to what you see on camera is when you like actually get here. I don't know, I'm actually curious. You could like tell me then, Citronelli, like how is it different? Because I don't know I don't think my grandpa was explaining it too much, like in which way. Was it different to what you like expect when you see it on camera? Checks to see that you haven't died. Yeah, I think I think that's the important part. But yeah, so 3 rebar remaining. I have to say I can feel it in my like biceps here, especially on the right one, I guess, because I start with that. I feel it more there. But yeah, if you want, you could. I think I will have might have rebars remaining. So if you want to try this bending, you can probably see that I'm mostly like using my body weight. So you can see like I'm sort of sitting down when I do this. So I'm like trying to use the body weight as much as possible. So, because if I wouldn't, I guess I would be like sore in 10 minutes. Because again, like I know there's people that can like bend these just with their muscles, but that's a that's a workout I have never done. So, and again, I guess like even if you could, I don't think you could make a bend like this, like just making it by hand. Maybe I guess if you just like do it close enough, but that would be some immense strength. These are 10 millimeter rebars, so these are not the tiniest of them, not like the thickest ones either. My father was just explaining that when he was younger, he used to work at the construction yard for the nuclear power plant in Olkiluoto. Not the one that's like been delayed 1,000 times, the ones before those, because there's like 2 previous ones, and then the third one is I think it's the third one is the diabolical, which is now in use, but it took like a gajillion years to make and exceeded the budget 1,000 times. But the previous 2, I think my father was working on one of them on the construction yard there, and he said that for the is it like a temporary storage for the nuclear waste, that they put in of course they had to like put in a lot of concrete, but the rebar there is 32 millimeters thick. so if you imagine these are 10 millimeter ones, so it's like 3 times that, because it's like 32. So those must have been like hella thick, and my father did say that they use like hydraulics there to bend them, because there's like no way human strength would be the key to doing those. Because I think even these guys, like these 10 millimeter ones, nowadays on construction yards they have like hydraulics to bend these. Of course it's like fast as well, because if you consider how long this takes, and if you have like just a machine that like boop does it, it will be quite different. But yeah, so in the Olkiluoto 1 or 2, I'm assuming 2 then, but they apparently have a bit thicker rebars there than what I'm using here, what we'll have in our house, which I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if I cover up this bending station, because it depends on how much time do we have, whether or not we bend some more after we're done with cutting. But yeah, so that would be the 20 rebars bent. I don't know how long it took. I guess something like 20-ish minutes. No nuclear waste in your house, Rip. Checks to see that you haven't done. Yeah, we can laugh at my attempt for sure. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll have to leave you one at least, so that you can check what it's like. I'll be the control group of the normal person trying to do these things. One construction expert versus one amateur, who will win? Yeah. Because I actually, on that topic, I really enjoyed. There was a video from Ludwig from video games, and he had like a new video which was just, the idea was that they are challenging Olympian sports, like athletes, just like normal people, challenging them, and they had like massive disadvantages, or like either that or then like advantages for the normal people. But it was really nice video, because I know there's like a lot of people that are like vouching for that. We need more of like Olympic sports, but from like the regular Joe's perspective, like how like more advanced are those like professional athletes. So I guess that video was a bit like that. Also, I see there's a follow. Thank you very much. I won't call you out, for we have lurk friendly follows. So if you're lurking, feel free to do so. Lurk is very much appreciated. But yeah, so the next thing would be to, because this is where we did it before. You can actually see there's like rust marks here on the sand. So there's like metal metal on the sand here because that's where we previously used the angle grinder thingy to cut the rebar. The thing is, like I mentioned earlier, we had the Euro pallet here on top, and that Euro pallet, I don't know if that's a Euro pallet, but regardless it's a pallet, and that pallet like helped us align the rebars, so we were like, they were like bunched together. But I think I will go in and I will first of all have to fetch some tools, like I'll have to get the angle grinder cutting thingy, but these are the kind of rocks I meant. So if we just put in like one rock here and then another one here, we could have the rebars pass between those two and it would like keep them bundled up. So I think that would work similarly to how the pallet worked before. So I'll just go get I was thinking maybe 3 of those. So we could have like 2 here and maybe 2 at the like further back. Maybe even like some on the middle there as well, so to help them stay. Because again, we're like setting up sort of like a factory line here for that. So we'll always put in like rebar here, then we cut it, pull it longer, cut it, and pull it, and then cut it, and then take new ones. But just that it would be like easier to move them about, so that they wouldn't like go wherever they want. So for that sake, I'm thinking of getting those rocks. I think we have some at the front of the plot, so I'll go get some from those from there. But yeah, so I'll be back soon-ish. I will still see chat if you have any. BRB gonna make lunch very nice. What's for lunch, if I may ask? Actually, see there's some of these closer than I thought. I found one of these rocks. I guess these are from like the previous house that was built here, that was like disassembled, deconstructed, demolished, whatever you want to use. So I think these were used by that house, like I guess pavement stones or something. These were on that house. But yeah, so I'll get at least 2 more. If I can find more, would be nice. We'll see. But yeah, the weather is really nice. It's nicely windy, yet still sunny and like warm, not like hot like it was maybe like a month or so ago. But yeah, it feels like a summery day, even though we are already in the sort of like early fall. Early fall here. Found a few of these stones. Guess these are enough. So I'll get these for you, because I also see there's a like a really small pallet here, but I think that might be too small for it to help. Mayhaps. But yeah, so then I also need I guess it's angle grinder as the power tool's name. But you know, a power tool for cutting the rebars. I think I also need to get a measuring tape, because we also want to make a template this time. So last time we made a template, so we had one of those, like the first ones we cut, and we just like measured it with that one. So yeah, if we then like take some rebar from the pile, put them between here, that should be all fine. So yeah, let's try that. So I think I was doing 4 at a time previously. I don't see a reason to change it. This guy's somehow underneath. It looks like it's on top, but it's somehow underneath all of the others. So we got this one out. Okay, so we have 4 here. Sorry about the noise. 4 rebar here. And we'll place them on the table, sort of. Like so. Guess we could push them further. something like that. But yeah, so then we would need to like change the stones to make sense. I don't know how. I guess this would work. So I don't know how tight we want these to be. So how much movement do we allow for these rebars? I guess it doesn't matter, this end part here. But yeah, so then I get a measuring tape. And I guess I had a marker as well. And then of course the power tool itself. I'll check the camera, it might be that you guys are seeing a bit too much to the right. So I guess I could move you guys a bit like this. Because I know the chat comes into this side. So that's why I'm thinking it wouldn't like block. Maybe even move you guys a bit towards this side. Something like this maybe. Okay. I don't know. I don't think it like improved with me just meddling with it. Let me know if there's any suggestions on how to improve the angle. But yeah, so I'll get the marker and the measuring tape. I think that's all I need from here, and then I need the power tools. But I'll bring these for you guys first. You guys have to look, make sure these are still here when I come back. So here's the marker. This is like a textile marker I borrowed from my brother. I did say to him that I don't think I will be returning it, so whatever it cost, let me know. I'll refund it to him, because you can see this guy is like rusted up on the end here, because I've been using it on these rusty rebars. So I don't think he wants this back for like using it on different kinds of fabrics, because that's like a textile marker. But yeah, that's gone. But at least it works here. So like it is one you can use to mark those rebars. So it does work fine. Works wonders. But yeah, so again, I'll go get the power tool for cutting. I also need to get the ear protectors and like safety glasses. Again, the reason I can't like you wear sunglasses here today is that I don't have any like small enough ones that would go underneath the safety goggles. Okay, let's see. There we have the safety gear. Then we have the tool itself. Actually, I have the extra blades for it as well. Yeah, that looks like it's a good one. Let's blow into it for good luck. For good luck, guys. So yeah, now I'm coming back. I'm again a one trip Andy, carrying everything. Refusing to do 2 trips. Let's see if I have everything. If I need to do another trip. But yeah, so 120 rebars. We are cutting 4 at a time. So we need to do like 30 cuts, I guess. Or like 30 times 4. But I can't remember how many we got from each of these rebars, because I think they are 6 meters long. So I think the last one we left was a 120 centimeter one. So we could do some quick maths on that. But yeah, so this is the tool we'll be using to cut those And again we have like ear protectors and stuff. So again guys, this might be a bit loud. For those that were here previously know that when the grinder thingy hits the metal, it starts making sound, so be warned. It's a tad bit loud. I won't be talking while I'm doing it, but I don't think you can hear much of that. Although we have like tested the noise cancellation stuff, and I've like used like a saw, like a circular saw, and I've like yelled into the mic, and you can hear me talk, and like you can basically make out what I'm yelling. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So it doesn't make sense for me to do that. But yeah, so again we're making 80 centimeter long ones, because in the design, in the plans, there's these L-shaped ones that goes on like every 40 centimeters. We need one of those. So that's why we're making them here. So I'll just mark the 80 centimeter here on these rebars. It's a bit, I have to say, it's a bit dimmer than it was before, this marker, so maybe that this rust has gotten into it. I guess me wiping it into a rusty glove is not gonna help much. Could be that I was going to shake it, because there's like the liquid comes out when I shake it, but we'll see. Again, I have the first one done, and then I'll make a template out of one of those. We'll see which one's like the most accurate 80 centimeter from these, because I guess it's like, I'm assuming anything between like 80 to 82 or something should all be fine, so that should be all good. But yeah, like before, I have to say I would prefer this to be a bit higher up. So one thing I could do is put up more of these insulation boards, and like have these go a bit higher, so I could be like somewhere here. But then again, I guess for accuracy's sake, it's easier to do it like towards here than it would be like to do if I had to like lift my hands up. So I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, so now we'll be doing some cutting. Like so. And again, I'll check which one is the closest to the length we want. So I think you can see that it goes a bit like outwards. So they are like a bit different in length. Like I guess within 1 centimeter, but still a bit different. So we'll just take a measure from the, I guess we could place them here first. See which one is the perfect one, if any. Is just short, but I guess actually if it's just short, if I mark it, I think that's a better already. Yeah, I think we'll take this one as the template, because then when I mark it at the end of it, it should be perfect. So again, I guess it's not within like, it's not about millimeters here, so it shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, previously we then like placed these ones that we cut into like 20, like piles of 20. So that's why they are like 2 piles of 20 there as well. But previously we had the pallet here, and I was just able to put them like this on the side here. But I wonder, where do I place them now? To actually take on more of those insulation thingies as a table. I could also like start piling them up on this table here. I guess I could do that. Just that I may be putting like 10 and 10 on each side, and then when I have like 20, I can just pile them up and take them to the side there. Because I feel like having them in bundles of 20 makes sense. Like it's easier to handle how many have I done and how many still need to be done and all that. It's easy to count those. But yeah, so like I mentioned, we're hoping to do this sort of like a factory. So I'll try to be sort of fast with this. I have to say this marker has gone a lot worse from what it was before. Oops, I just pulled out the whole thing. Hello? Can I just like flip it around? Would that work? Do we have a new marker if I turn it around maybe? But yeah, I'll have to be careful with this marker here, because if I get any on my clothes, it's gonna be a mess. Because again, it's a textile marker, so that's why I'm trying to rub my gloves so that if I touch myself on the clothes, I won't make a permanent mess with those. But yeah, so continuing. Continuing with the cutting. We have four more of these for 7 total. So guys, we're 7 out of 120. Whoop whoop. And again, the last part there is gonna be 120 long. So we don't wanna cut that one more time, because then we'd end up with just 40 centimeter long ones as the last bits, and that's diabolically short. So we can't really use 40 centimeter iron on anything, I don't think. At least the amount that we would get, since we'll have to do like 300 of these. Yeah, I have to say this new side of the marker is working nice. So it did help. I wonder if that means that it has like 2 uses. Because after that one is done, we have to like shorten it if we want to make a new similar end. But yeah, now I'm wondering if I should actually get a insulation pallet thingy on that side, so it would like hold them up. We do have those, so I guess I could. No harm in doing that. We'll see if it makes it harder or easier. Because you could also like sort of see from those like how far do I need to pull that rebar, so it also help with the measurements a bit. So I'll just go get one of these while we still have these. So yeah, we'll have one of these as a table. That could go somewhere like here. It's a nicely bundled up. I don't know if that's a good thing. I guess we might want them to be like this instead. Yeah, I think that's already better. So guys, we're optimizing this factory setup here. I will have to say, for these guys to drop, it's not optimal. So actually it might not be good. Because you can see these guys are now bending like trying to fold. So yeah guys, I guess it wasn't optimizing, guys. It was the opposite. Can't believe this, guys. I guess it would need to be like a lot lower than the others are for it to work. So yeah, mistakes were made. Just do it like we've done it before then. So yeah, yet another 4 done. We will have a hydrate somewhere in the middle of this after we've done like maybe like 4 or 5 of these. rebar. So yeah, we have first 10 done. I think now we have done like 12 in total, because the one is the template there. Yeah, I think we cut 2 more times from these ones. Then we get another pile of 4. But yeah, so for the quick maths, if this is 6 meters long and we get like 4.8 meters worth of 80 centimeter ones, doesn't that mean that we do 6 cuts? Or well, I guess technically 5 cuts of like end up with 6 from each. I guess I could like leave them there. I really need to pick them up every time. I think that's what I actually did last time as well. So optimizing again, hopefully. But yeah, so I think that's the last part. So that's the 120 left. If I do one more from here. I don't know if I need to put the marker back every time, but maybe that prolongs the life of it. But yeah, we could also take a measure, because eyes might be lying. Could be actually one more cut after this. I feel like this is way longer than. Yeah, so one more cut after this one, because now it's 2 meters. 2 meters until this one here, and we want it to be 120 remaining. Oh yeah, that's what I actually now remembered. These guys start waving about, so we need to add some weight on top of this. I actually think I might have a, because they also start lifting upwards the final cut we have, because we like pressing down on them and it's no longer heavy enough to stay upright. So actually I just thought that we could put in a few more stones. So let's put like one stone on this side and another on this side, and then something. We could also maybe move this guy like this. So now if it starts to like lift upwards, it wouldn't be able to. We could maybe take that even closer. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. Because they do shake more than before. No. They do be shaken. Oh yeah, these guys need to be close if the end is here. Well, I guess we could make the measure first. Can't believe it's only been like 2 weeks and I've already forgotten all about the factory setup I had previously. Like how I had optimized this once already. But yeah, so we need to move these guys. Surely. Something like this. I could maybe even get a stone from somewhere there so we wouldn't have to move these too much, because I think that also, like, even if it's just move them here and there, it's still gonna take us time. So let's just take a new stone. But yeah, I guess if I had another person here to help, it wouldn't be that much faster. I guess with the bending it might like fasten that, because one could be feeding while the other one would be like bending it. But then again, I guess the one that would be bending it would be like most likely running out of steam sooner or later. This part it would have to have another person that could hold the other end of the rebar. Feel like the actually it's not too bad. I was gonna say that I feel like I always cut it towards the end, like so that like I would need to start a bit to the left so that when I end up it would be like towards the middle then. But yeah, so these ones should then be the 120 long. I'll take them to the side. Of course we'll then use them. Yeah, we'll then use them later. Because I think we'll definitely have use for these kinds of like 120 long. If they were only 40, I don't know. What could they be used for? Maybe tying some corners or something. But like we would end up with so many of them that I don't think there would be any actual use for. Rebars only 40 long. But yeah, so then we would need to go on to the, well, I guess the first thing we could do is get 9 out of this pile here, because then we would end up with our first pile of 20. So yeah, let's take 9 of these guys. You can see they are a bit uneven. They're actually not too bad, like height wise, quite close to each other. Because if you wanted them to be like extremely accurate, I feel like it'd take us too long. We'd never be done with this. For this purpose, I don't think it's about a centimeter here. But yeah, so our first pile of 20 cut is now done. Whoop whoop. And then we need to pick up more rebar. Now the big question is which ones are loose on the pile here. These ones are not. One of them was. This one is, but there's some of these are like still tied together. They're like sort of tied, but also like just twisted. Trying to open if this is a knot. If it's not, hello, I'll just go get the. Yeah, it's looking like I'll just go get the side cutters. Because whoever did this didn't want it to be opened. Or maybe actually I might have just done it. Yeah, there we go. So are these 3 then as well? There they are. Okay, so we then have 4 rebars to use. If these guys come out. There we go. You're getting some middle-aged grunting ASMR. There we have them. So yeah, the next 4 rebars are here. But yeah, so again, if we get, how many do we actually get? We get 24 out of each of these, like 4 bundles of 6-meter rebars. So we need to do 5 of these total. So I guess after we've done 3 we could have a hydration check. We've been at it for almost an hour now. I think we were doing like 30 minutes of the bending. So we've been doing it like for 30 minutes about this first cut, I mean. So yeah, I think we should be, this should be all the way doable today. My brother suggested getting like pan pizzas and stuff when he leaves from work, so that's what I'm trying to, like, that's the only schedule I'm looking forward to, is that should be around 3 p.m. But I think we might be ready by then. Maybe. It's only 1 p.m. at the moment. So it is doable for sure. But yeah, so rebar bundle number 2 going up. First cut. I guess it's the first ones are easier because there's more weight on it. More weight on these. Again, the marker is barely giving out anything. Maybe I'll see that. I was praising the mark, clearly that was the mistake, because it got too proud. But yeah, I can see the marking is there, so. But yeah, I think next week it was forecasting diabolically bad weather, so we'll see. We'll see if that's the case. If it ends up being, if the forecast ends up being true. Because, for example, this week it was also saying that, for example, tomorrow it would rain like crazy, but I don't think at the moment it's saying the same. So we'll see if that also changes before next week. Need to pull them up a bit. Another set cut. Take a bit further. But yeah, I've seen people use like more like a spray paint type of markers, but I don't know if those would work here either, because I think I've seen those that you can like push towards something and it like leaves a marker when you push them on. Usually I think it's for marking like where to cut and stuff, like drill, I guess, more so. But I don't know if in here it would help that much. But yeah, the end of the marker really has blown up. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. I like how this tool is all rusted up. And by that I mean that like the handle and stuff are all rusty. The tool itself of course isn't, but it's just that with how I'm touching these rebars and getting my gloves all rusted up. Actually, like before when I was doing this, I even noticed that when I took the gloves off, like yeah, it's the same in here. So my like hands are all orange. so the rust comes through. Rust comes through the gloves a bit. I guess these are like garden gloves or something. So that's not a surprise. Really, so no surprises there. There's hardly anything here. I wonder if I should go in and cut maybe I'll do this, because the end here has like completely turned into a brush. So I'll go in and cut it, see if it's any better. Now that I have like said to my brother that he won't be getting this back, I can freely torture this, really make any and all diabolical stuff to it. Let's hope that the end doesn't just go in it. Just realized that might be a problem. Let's see. But yeah, now I have like clear white end on this marker again, guys. I can show you. This is the content. Hello. Isn't it magnificent? But the other thing I'm worried about is because it does go quite easily back in it. So I'm a bit worried that if I try to press this on the rebars there, that it just goes back inside this thing. So yeah, let's see if it's any better now. But yeah, so cut from here. Cut from around here. Maybe we should confirm this. Yep. Because it was a bit dim to see when I made it clearer. There we go. I guess this is the last one then, yeah. So again we place this guy to prevent them from lifting up. Yep. That's the last cut. I feel like this was faster than the first one. So maybe there is hope. Maybe there is hope, guys. I guess we could also like cut more than the 120 if it starts to look like we have more time before my brother gets back from the office. But yeah, the marker I'm afraid the marker might have been this might be the last day for the marker. Where did I even put it? Is it this one here? Can't believe this. Yeah, it is there. not liking cutting these last ones because they do move about quite a lot. Put that there. Let's see. I don't need to have too much. The disc is also really small now. I think we might have to change it either now or at least really soon. Guess this could be a good time to switch it. I think the previous one is of equal size because this is the one we switched before. Yeah, I think it might even be smaller than it was before. So yeah, I think we'll switch it up because I do have a lot of those discs. So yeah, again I'll take these 120 long ones to the side. I guess I could get a chair as well. To change that, we can take the ear protectors off, or it won't be that loud. It will be, if anything will be loud, it's just me cursing, guys. Hopefully not. I'm fighting the urge to like touch my face because again my hands are quite orange, so I don't want to start cosplaying the president of the US of A. But yeah, so I'll get a chair here. Also, hello Nat. Looks like it's another beautiful day. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it is nice and windy, but still like really warm. Maybe even a bit too warm. But I have to say that it's compared to the heat wave stuff we had, this is really nice. Quite the perfect weather. So hello, hello. How are you? Can't believe it just got me hydrated. Maybe I'll bring the hydrator here. I was supposed to change the. Also, Nat, what should I drink? I don't have water here, but I do have all the different kinds of sodas. I still can't believe I don't bring the water here. Can't believe this. So there's Fanta and Jaffa and what else? 7-Up. Finnish Fanta, very nice. Very nice. Let's get that one. Where did I actually put? Oh, here they are. I was like, I surely loaded them up yesterday. Squeak, says the door. Also, thank you Nat for the subscription, tier 1 for 4 months, very nice. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you for the instructional streams on how to build a house. I don't know if we're there yet, but how to start how to start with the foundation, I guess is closer to reality, but maybe someday we'll be finished with it. But yeah, thank you very much for the support. Much appreciated. Very nice. Yeah, it's nice and cold. But yeah, so the thing would be to change the wheel on this again. I'll take the battery out. I don't remember if that's like something you're instructed to do. It might even be. But even if it's not, I would rather not risk it starting spinning when I'm like working on it. So again we have a fresh disc here. I think this package had 10 of these, and the current one we have is a bit smaller than the one we'll replace it with. So as we use these to cut, they also like get smaller, so they sort of like shrink when in use. But yeah, how are you, Nat? What's up with you? Let's see if we can open this. Which way does it open? This way, yeah. I was thinking, because it's like the opposite of how it spins. So this is the previous disc. Did we just take out the... Wait, what? Yeah, it isn't supposed to come with it. I was like, this is heavier than it supposed to be. So yeah, it came loose. Then we just hand tighten it, no, just kidding. Hello. Wait, do I spin it? Is this the right direction? Surely. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, now we have a new blade to work with. And this is the first one we used back in the day, and this is the one we just used. We even used it smaller than before, it seems. Don't know how well you can see, but they are of equal size. So yeah, now we're ready to continue after the hydration break. Very nice. I'm alright, I finally cut up my honeydew and it's amazing. Can't believe these billionaire melons you guys have. Like they've made like separate billionaire cantaloupes just for the Australian billionaire, surely. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. But yeah, so we've started preparations for the package that's gonna be sent to you. I don't know, I don't think it will be sending this week, maybe like end of next week or the week after that, we'll see. And then I guess it's like how long it takes there, maybe a month or so, I don't know how long before it gets to. But yeah, the package is coming, I swear. I swear. Very nice. Yeah, Scoopy is coming. I'll have to remember to send the Scoop because I feel like some of the plushies that we're supposed to send you some of them are like now part of the plushie family, so like we might not even realize that yeah, that's supposed to go. Someone is ringing a bell there. I don't know what's up with that. Trying to see if it's someone trying to get my attention or what's up with that. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like a bicycle bell, similar to that. What the hell? Let's hope it's not someone like trying to dox me and trying to like find where I am with the sound of that bell ringing. Surely not. Oh yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Because there's like these wind chimes or something. What are those called? I know some houses here have those, but I don't think that was one of those. Maybe, but I don't think it was. I think they have like more of like a melodical sound instead of just this ringing. But yeah, so we've got two bundles of rebar. So we've done 48 out of the 120 we've been. That's the goal of the day. We also started with bending. So that was like outside of the goals, the daily goal, but I think we'll should be able to get those. Again, my brother was asking about pan pizza maybe after stream, so hopefully I'll finish this by 3 p.m. so in like sort of like 2ish hours. I guess we can go a bit over, I don't know. I don't think it was like exact time for him either. But yeah, I'm craving for some of that pan pizza. We might have had it for lunch already, so I might know what sort of pan pizza it is, but yeah, so that's the schedule for today. We might try to aim to end it early for some more pizza time. Hello. And of course, like the evening worth of Minecraft. Then I think I'm slowly getting cravings for RimWorld. A friend of mine started playing RimWorld again and found like a good mod pack for it. So I'm like slightly craving to start it. But I'm also like thinking if I should just save that for like when I have to start streaming gaming again, like after the construction here like silences or like dies down, I guess, with the snow and stuff. So I'm wondering if I should like save RimWorld until then so that I would like have fresh motivation for it. Also, if I would do that mod pack, then I could go like with like unspoiled for it. Although I think there's a lot of mods that I like know from beforehand. It's just like I think it's like a mod pack that has like a lot of other mods, and they also like added some stuff to make those other mods like work better together. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I think I should save it for the eventual streaming. I had leftover pizza for dinner. Very nice, very nice. I think that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I think saving it maybe is the better idea. So I'll just stick with Minecraft until then. There's also the possibility of Eguna joining Minecraft soonish. Hopefully, I ordered a monitor for her, and I think that should be arriving in like maybe, I don't think today, but maybe like next week, early next week, hopefully. Also, Nat, what's the updates on the keyboard? Can't believe you messed yours. Can't believe this, Nat. Diabolical. Coffee of all things. I would have like accepted pear juice because that's what I did. So, but again, that was in like middle school. So I guess it's still a bit diabolical at this age. Can't believe this. Updates on the keyboard ASAP. Again, I'm a bit worried there's a postcard arriving, and I've gotten like drive-by post before. Like someone sending post into this address. Again, nothing should come to this address because I can't like legally move here until the main building and stuff is complete. I have one for the meantime. Okay, so you were able to like, I guess, extort Rick out of his. Hello. Rick is like, can't believe I no longer have a keyboard myself. Diabolical. Diabolical business. But yeah, that sounds good. That's very nice. Yeah, I'm seeing some post delivered, some mail delivered for the neighbors. So I'm hoping that means there's nothing in here, but we'll see. I'm trying to keep eye on if the guy starts like showing any interest in me, being like, yeah, that's my eyes start running with the intense stare because it's so bright here. Guys, I'm crying. Guys, I'm crying because there's no mail for me. Why is there no mail? No one remembers me. Can't believe this. Diabolical. I will never place my coffee next to my keyboard again. I learned that if you have the keyboard in front of you, all the drinks go behind it. There's always the risk that when you like start placing it that you could like bump into it, but I at least have never done that. But again, when it's like in front of it, that's where I like messed up. So that's when I like my hands just stuck it and it like fell over. So actually the drinks I always have is like one, if I have two different drinks, because I always have water, but if I have something else, I will have it like behind the keyboard, and then the water is always to the right, but still again like further away, so never in front of anything of the, like not in front of the mouse and anything like that. But yeah, diabolical. Can't believe this. I was actually thinking I might have to get a new keyboard because I've noticed that my keyboard has started like putting in two letters, especially I think like the A letter and then like the D. So I guess like WASD is something that's been used more than any other. So it like double presses sometimes. But it is also like an old one. I think mine is like, could be like 10 years already maybe. Time flies when you're a keyboard, I guess. Just checking, did I miss anything? But I don't think so. Very nice. But yeah, again, been there, done that, so it happens to the best of us, it seems. Can't believe this. Can't believe. Also, in the Minecraft server, I crafted a jetpack. So now I have like zero incentive to make stairs for the mountain. Because I can just fly up it. So let's hope Eguna joins in and is like, yeah, I want to make stairs. Because like, or maybe, yeah, it could be that she just asked me to make her a jetpack and then we're both in the same. Yeah, there's a jetpack. When I initially like installed the mod pack, I didn't even like notice it. I was sure that there isn't any jetpacks in there because I noticed there's like this Omnithopter or something like that, which is like a glider, which looked really cool. But the problem is that requires like 5 elytras to make, and like I've not been to the end yet. And again, like 5 elytras is diabolical because you'd have to find like 5 of those entities with those ships in them. So yeah, that's extremely steep. But then I noticed that yeah, there's a jetpack in there. It works with coal. I guess maybe with logs as well, but anything you can like burn, like fuel and then water. So you need to have like both of those. to like power it. But it's from the create mod, so you just need a few of those machines, which like some of you already have. So you need like those like mechanical presses that like stomp downwards, and then you need a deployer, which is like a brass hand. I guess the brass would be the hardest for you to acquire, because brass, if you do it by the create mod, requires a blaze burner. But if you do it by, I think it's immersive engineering, you can make like a is it arc furnace? It might be that. So the difference between create and immersive engineering mod is that creative has like all of those things that you can see, like the spinning wheels and stuff, whereas the immersive engineering usually has like multi-block structures, so you can make like a big oven, I think it was like crude, is it blast oven or something, but that's like 3x3 structure of like these similar kinds of bricks, and then you like smack it with a hammer to the side, and that's like it builds it. But you just have to have those like enough of those blocks in a certain arrangement for those things to like turn into the construction you're making. So again, they're like completely different kinds of mods, just that they share this like brass metal. So that's why either way you could make brass for the deployer, because deployer is the machine that like has the hand, and like you can like plant stuff with it automatically. Like for my yesterday's project, I made the automated. So this is in the Minecraft server I have for subscribers. I made a automated pasta with slime balls dish, and in that one there's like this conveyor belt. You can see that it like puts the pasta into the conveyor belt, and then there's like this hand that puts on the slime balls. So you can see those like being deployed on the dish. But yeah, you should also visit my base if you have any time to go and get some of that dish for yourself. Because I was actually like surprised how good of a dish it is, because it gives you like decent amount of like the hunger stuff, but it also gives you like this buff of like nourished for 1 minute or so. It seems to be that you can't get hungry for like a minute, so that's like actually a decent buff you don't get from like normal food. So it might be even like too good. I've just gone on the server after a day or two away, and my pigs have turned into zombified pigling. What the hell? How does that happen? Is it lightning or what causes that? I'm actually curious. Have you had it like, I'm assuming yours is like auto-loaded then, like force-loaded? Because I don't think otherwise it would have like, without you being there, I don't think anything would have happened there. So that surely is the case. But yeah, zombified pigling sounds interesting. I have to say I don't remember how do those happen on the overworld, unless you have like maybe like a net portal nearby. But even then, I don't know if that would cause it. This contraption is very cool. I have to check it out. Yeah, you only see like the surface. Of course, you can, like I said, there's like ladders on the interior of the house, so now you can like get into it. Because again, like it supposedly is safe to let people in your houses, because again, they can't access any chests and stuff as long as you set up the claim stuff. Yeah, it's force load. Yeah, that would explain it. Like, because again, like I've been there once. But it would be diabolical if like me visiting there once would have like caused that. All my poor pigs can't believe this. How would I would have to like look it up. How does that happen? Like how would you prevent it in the future? Because I'm assuming like something like a witch game near or whatever would have like what could cause it, unless it's like lightning or something. But yeah, that's diabolical. Diabolical. Also, I noticed that you have like the whole island torched up, but you don't have it like all claimed up. So if you run out of claims, let me know. You can get some more, so you can get the whole island claimed. Because now someone could come in and like remove some of those torches you've set up. Yeah, apparently it's like, yeah, I was thinking it might be lightning. Yeah, so you just have to put up some lightning rods, I guess, then like near them to prevent that from happening. But yeah, luckily lightning rods are really cheap because it's only copper. I think, is it not? I think so. Yeah, I think it's only copper that's needed for those. So that should be easy enough to avoid in the future. But yeah, I would have never thought of that. Like I would have had the same setup as you have. Never thought of lightning doing any damage. It's also diabolical that it's only been 2 days and lightning has already been there. Also, I guess the question then is, was it Rick McLightning? Diabolical. Now that you said that, I'm pretty sure I had a nightmare this week that someone built a base on my island, on your swamp, on your island. That is diabolical. But yeah, I think you should have enough claims for the whole island, but if not, you can let me know and I should be able to increase it. Although I have to say that I'm not sure if I have to be on at the same time as you are for the commands to go through. But yeah, let me know if the 100 you have is not enough. Because I can like add to those per player. But yeah, it might be Rick McLightning. I'm feeling like it would be too crazy of a coincidence. Just saying. Just saying, you know. But yeah, I'll take the chair a bit further back so that I collide with it. Yes, this one can be here for now. So yeah, that means we continue, guys. So first we again go in and pull some rebar. I was actually thinking at some point that if we like want to make a difference between like different tiers of subs, like subscriptions, subs sounds weird, subs. So that could also be one that you could get like more claims and stuff. But I don't know if that's like necessarily a big thing. Because I feel like it's more of like an annoyance if you don't have enough. So I guess it would maybe be just smarter to let people have enough. Because again, we don't want a situation where someone has their base set up but doesn't have enough claims to protect it and someone comes in and messes with this. So I don't think like making that behind a paywall is maybe not the smartest idea. Let's turn some rebar, boys. Oh, the chat phone almost got a rebar. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we have them. Thank you, it should be alright. Okay, yeah. I was thinking because it looked like you haven't gotten all that much claimed up. But yeah, it's funny you got a nightmare about that and then you found out that Rick had gone in and turned your pigs into zombified piglin. But are they then the ones that are they like zombie pig men, which are the old mobs, or are those the piglin kind that you can like trade with? Like which are the ones that want gold? I'm assuming it would be like zombie big men that are the nether kind, not the ones in like the bastions and stuff. Okay, now I completely fucked up with the marker. It's now inside it. Can't believe this. Guys, I messed up. Oh there. Oh there. The marker went inside. Guys, I lost the end. Can't believe he do that. Yeah, that's diabolical behavior. For what reason? What could he possibly gain? Okay guys, I don't think I'm getting the marker out. So do we start marking with the thoughts and prayers? Diabolical. Oh yeah, maybe I'm getting it out. Now it's out. But I still don't know if I can mark with this. I was praising this marker too much before because now it's diabolically bad. Can't believe this. Okay, this side still works, but it also quite easily goes inwards, it seems. Did I lose the end again? Sort of. Let's leave it out. Let's leave it out in the open. I don't think we can save that marker, so we might as well throw it out after this, I think. But yeah, so I'll have to put in the protective gear before I forget. So what are these? Like glasses or whatever. And then the I no longer hear anything but my own thoughts. Can't believe this. So yeah, we start cutting again. I was thinking like, how is it so good? But I guess because it's a new blade, it's better than the previous one. Also, I think we could find the 20 of these from the pile here. Just place these here for now. That's 6. That should be 4 more. So we put these guys into piles of 20, like before. Also, can't believe Rick got access to the server somehow. He's not whitelisted, so hacker boy. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Truly diabolical. So yeah, that's 20. I'll take these to the side. Ready for bending in the future. Again, some of you heard it, but there was talk of Citronelli joining us next week, so next Friday. And Citronelli could also like show how the bending is done. For those of you who missed it, I did some at the start of this stream, so the bending table is right there. I was using that at the start of the stream. And Citronelli got intrigued. Wants to show how it's done. So maybe next week we'll get some more bending action. This time from like a professional, surely. Because Citronelli did mention that it would be nice to see like amateur versus professional when it comes to that bending. And since I'm the amateur, surely that means that she's the professional. Surely. But yeah, the wind is picking up. It really matters that much. Although I don't know how much it picks up on the microphone. If that's like annoying or not. Guys, there's nothing coming out. This marker is diabolical. Again, I praised this marker to my brother just before just before coming here, and look at the state of this. Diabolical. Truly a sad sight. But we'll have to make do. But I wonder if there's anything else we could use to mark it. Because again, like a knife or something would probably not work too well. Like try to make even a small cut into these, not really impossible. Then just like your normal markers also hardly. So I asked my brother if he had any chalk, and he didn't. And I don't know if we have either. I think we've had it, but I don't know if we still have it somewhere. Because I feel like chalk would be good. If I just had like chalk, I could like just flick it there. But we'll have to make do with what we have. But yeah, the weather is again pretty much as good as it gets. These guys are on top of each other weirdly. Maybe that, yeah, it should maybe help. But yeah, so Nat, what's the next project in Minecraft for you? I think I might want to make a railgun, because I would need to go to Nether and find the netherite upgrade, which you can then use for like smithing stuff. The mark is barely visible. I think it's here. Hopefully. So for me the next step would be to go and find the netherite upgrade in the Minecraft server, but for that I would need to go in and loot a lot of bastions. And I don't want to fight those guys, so I would rather shoot them. So that's why I'm thinking of making a railgun. Because that's again in the immersive engineering mod, I think there's the railgun. You can just like shoot like a rebar. So basically these guys, you can just shoot at people in Minecraft. This is actually in Minecraft, so I swear guys. Trying to get some more juice out of this. But yeah, so if we ever need to do this again, I'm assuming we do, I think we'll have to come up with another way to mark these cuts. Because this is hardly leaving a trace. Last time we did this, we also had to change the battery at some point. Oh yeah, we might have to do the same, because this one's also like on the last out of 4. ASMR root canal operation. Dentist Saku will see you now. Yeah, this might sting a bit. Also, hello Hesso, hello. How are you? What's up with you? Yeah, as always, doing construction and yapping about Minecraft. Oh yeah, this might actually... Is this already the meter 20? Or do we cut it one more time? Oh yeah, we cut it once. We cut it one more time. So we then put this, put some weight on it. Or hopefully it wouldn't like start moving about too much. The last one is always the hardest cut. It starts moving the most. The last cut is the worst. Let's see. Hello. Last few hours of work before company summer party. Oh, nice. It's quite late for a... Well, I guess it makes sense for a company summer party to be around here, because you still have the nice weather, and I guess most people have had their summer vacations already. So you get like most of the people joining. Instead of if you have it like in July, you have most of the people in vacation. That's another 4 cut. I think I will at this time now, I will go in and switch the battery. Because last time it just died on me. So to prevent that from happening again, I go get a new one. Actually I could take the first old one back. Just have to remember to charge it as well. I did just the previous ones though, so I have a track record of remembering. I swear, guys, I swear. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a. Well, I guess it depends. Like I was gonna say that I've never been to a company summer party, but the previous company I was with, we went to like a music festival together, so all of us got tickets to those. So I guess that counts. But the one I'm currently in doesn't have any of those. So that's a perk I don't have. Can't believe this. But I don't know. It depends on like what it would be that if I would even join. I guess. Can't get me to just anywhere. But yes, I'll go get a new battery for the angle grinder thingy. Before it tells me to switch. Again, I would like to scratch my face because of the glasses. But since my hands are all orange, maybe shouldn't. Mayhaps. This one may be full. Oh, there it's not. Oh, there. Charge both of these then. Guys, can you believe there was an half-used battery in the car? And before I need to go to my brother, like, brother, do you have a battery for me? But yeah, this one is full. Just it's a smaller one. But I guess we'll go with this for as long as it goes, and we do have a few more options, I guess. So another one of these smaller batteries I also have, and then there was the larger one that was half full. So I don't think this, like running out of batteries, will be the problem. Surely not. I find that when the company has a lot of employees, the parties become nicer for me. Easier to not talk to anyone and just enjoy the food and drinks. Yeah, that's what I would like. So yeah, I guess I need to find a larger company then. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, it does make sense. It does make a lot of sense. You might be onto something there. Surely. But yeah, so we now have a fresh battery. Did it go all the way? I guess it did. But yeah, you can maybe see it's a smaller one. So the previous one was 4 ampere hours and this is 2.5 ampere hours. So it is a bit smaller. Just a tad bit smaller than the previous one was. It's also like lighter. So depending on the tool you're using, you might want to take a smaller battery. But for this I don't think it matters. I guess for this, the larger the better, because then you don't need to change it so often. But with the, like a drill, like especially like one of those hand drills, like smaller ones, I think you would definitely want a lighter battery, because you have to like hold them up and stuff. Is that 10? I think it is. There should be 10. Yep. So that's another bundle of 20 done, guys. I think that was the third rebar bundle we've done, so that means we've done 72, I guess. So wait, how much is it? Yeah, I think 72. We went from 48 to 72. So we've cut 72 now. Actually, the cap of the marker is on the ground. Although I don't know if we need to save it with the marker being ruined. But yeah, let's see if there should be 10 here. We can move to the side here. and then we get 4 more rebars. So we need to do 2 more of these bundles of 4 to get the goal of the day. It is wiggling a little bit. Oh dear. Oh dear. Can't believe I left those there. Can't believe this. So yeah, these 4 and then one more set of 4 and that should be done. That should be all for the day then. Although again we can check what time is if we do some bending then or something like that, because we do have the bending table there ready to go, so we could go for that as well. But yeah, first we have to get the 120. So I'll put on the protective glasses and then the ear protectors. So again guys, safety first. I don't know if this work I'm doing is otherwise too safe, but at least my ears will be protected and my eyes to some extent. I wonder if we could use those discs. What I'm using the wrong glove, guys. You saw nothing at all. I swear to God, you saw nothing at all. Can't believe this. I like how these gloves are completely orange. But yeah, I'm wondering if I could mark these. I again have the template here, so if I could use these previous discs to mark it. Actually, it's not too bad. It does leave sort of like a revealed iron or some kind of iron dust or something on it. Actually, that's not too bad. That's way better than the marker is, which is diabolical. So we'll just use those going forward. I forgot to say the open your mouth, guys. Can you open a bit wider? Because we are here on the dentist ASMR, like Hessu mentioned. So should have leaned into that. Can't believe this. It's diabolical how good this is compared to the marker. How bad was it with that one? Okay guys, this might sting a bit, so you have to open wide as well. There's a canal completely infected. You'll turn into a zombie in 48 hours if I don't do this, so just bear with me. Okay, here I go. So yeah, it was really badly infected, guys. You should really stop eating that much candy, you know, especially the zombie kind. I don't know what that is, but you found something like that, surely. Some diabolical candies. So yeah, the disc strategy seems to be the winning one when it comes to marking these. I think it might even be faster. I think it is by quite a lot. Again, another piece. guys are also like resisting. That's why the rebars are jumping. Can't believe you guys are doing it hard for me, making it hard for me. Do we need to start putting weight on it? Again, using the template to mark it. Using the disc. Using the disc to mark it. The last one I feel like moves the most. I don't know what's up with that. Like, why is that a thing? One or two more cuts from this, I think. I think two, yeah. So this one and then one more, I think. And that should be all. Until, of course, the last one. Guess it's a bit. Here we have like 3 different markings with this, so it's not as accurate maybe as the mark is, but I feel like for this what we're doing, I feel like it's accurate enough. Again, no anesthesia for you guys. I actually remember my mother telling that when she's been to like a dentist and they've had to like drill or whatever, and they've been like, do you want the, is it I don't think it's like anesthesia, I don't think that's the term for it, but like whatever that thing is to like, I guess it's like pain killer thingy, like numbing agent or whatever. And she's been like, yeah, I don't want that because like it ruins your rest of your day. And I remember my mother telling that the people in the dentist place were like, whatever you think you've done, you don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to punish yourself. And my mother is like, yeah, it's not about that. It's that I don't want to have my whole like left side of my face numb the whole day or whatever. So I'd rather just take the pain for whatever, however long it takes, than have the discomfort for the rest of the day. I just remember my mother telling it that she was like, what the hell do you mean? Because they were like completely like worried, almost like, you don't have to punish yourself. Whatever you thought you've done to deserve this, you haven't. And that's like, that's not the case. I've actually done the same a few times, that if they've had to like drill. I don't think I've had that done many times, but I think at least once I've also said not to put in any of those. I don't know what's the English term for it, because it's puudutus in Finnish. So like making it numb. And again, the reason being that it's like not noise for the rest of the day. So try to get some a bit more pain in the operation than the mouth sagging the whole day. It would be different if I was like going into cosplay Rambo or something, but that's rarely the case. So having your face sag is usually not ideal. But yeah, so another rebar done, another bundle of 4 done. We need to do one more, and that's the, unless my calculations are completely botched, that should be the 120 done then. That's 4. That's 5. Surely, yeah. Also like how these are like sort of magnetized at the end, because there's like iron dust at the end of these. You can see they're like sort of hairy. That's because of like the iron dust getting magnetized and sticking to it. But yeah, so we have 80 here on the bundles. There's still some on the ground. I'm trying to, yeah, it should be the last one surely. So it means that there should be 16 on the ground there. Can you guys do a quick maths? Count the ones on the ground while I go pick up some more. Is it 16 there, guys? Guys, I'm strong. I swear. In before I fall with this. So strong. But yeah, maybe there should be 15. 15 here because the one is the template. That's 5. That is 5 right there. Yeah, that's looking like 15. So my calculation seems to have added up. So yeah, this is the last bundle we'll sew, and then we'll have a 240 total of these rebars then, of which half are bent. Half are bent already. We could also, like I mentioned, depending on what time is it, it's 2 o'clock, so I think we will have time to do some bending as well. So we'll start with bending and end with bending then. And also I think this disc, it will be interesting whether or not it will last us until all of these are done. It is really small. Because I was thinking we could end with like switching it to a new one, but I guess we can also like change the disc before we cut the last ones if it looks like it won't go through. Also, hello Snake Bones, hello, how are you? What's up with you? We are here cutting rebar. This is the last bundle of 4. So we've done 4 of these bundles of 4, and this is the fifth one. And when we're done with this, we should have 120 of these 80 centimeter ones. I got the ads as soon as I sent it, and still in ads, so no idea if you responded complete. I don't think we should have like the pre-rolling ads. Can't believe this. Was it then like you came in at the right time for the ads to be like scheduled? Maybe. But yeah, let me know when you're here. I'll do a redo. I don't mind. I might as well do a redo when you get done with the ads. Out of ads, okay, very nice. Yeah, I did say that we've done 4 of these batches of 4, and this is the 5th one. And then we should have 120 of these rebars. We have also, like the previous 120, we will also bent already. So we could also maybe bend some here, like after we've cut these. But the disc is getting smaller and smaller. We've already changed the disc once, so we might have to do it. And I was thinking we might end with like changing the disc anyways, because I don't think we want to leave it like this for the next time. But yeah, weather is really lovely. I was asking also like, how are you? What's up with you? But yeah, the weather I think can't be any better. Can't be really any better than it is. So I can say we got blessed. Even though it's like the early fall I was supposed to be, I think this is sort of like a summer weather still. And we have had like a few colder days as well, so it is a nice change to get some lovely weather again. Yeah, I'm wondering if this disc will last us until how many cuts we need to do this. I'm doing alright, glad it's Friday, but I'm working all weekend to can't believe this. Can't believe. I guess is it like any different at work during like weekends? Is it like better or worse? Because I feel like it depends on the industry. Of course, there's many industries that don't like work it at the weekend. Like mine example, I don't have to work on the weekends myself, but I feel like some industries I think it gets like busier during weekends, so it could be even like worse for them. I think for example like service restaurants and stuff, I would assume it gets busier during weekends. So but yeah, so we were using a marker beforehand to mark these, like where do I cut it, so it's this one here. But this was absolutely murdered during this ordeal, I guess. I actually even like praised this guy to my brother because I borrowed this like marker from my brother, and I did say to him that I'm not gonna be returning it because it's it's diabolically used now. But I was praising it to him like, yeah, it's working really well, and now that we continue today, it's like absolutely not working at all. So, but I noticed that I can just like mark it with those pre-used discs, so I can make like enough of a mark here that I see where to cut it. So it is working nicely. Better, just different. I work on a bar at the cricket club as my second job. Oh, I see. So yeah, it's just a different kind. So I guess it's like nice change then, even if it's not like better or worse. Because it could be that it's like hard to compare if the other job is so different from the other, or like the first to the second. The disc is getting diabolically small. I don't know. I think at some point the machine is like leaning on the rebar, so that I don't know if the disc even goes on the rebars anymore. I think we need to do like maybe 2, maybe 3 more cuts. I think I'll change the disc because it doesn't matter if I'll just do a few more cuts with that. So we just end up with a lightly used disc. Nice change of pace. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that it would be just like a different kind of work then. But yeah, I'm also good. The road trip we had last Sunday was a nice change to this construction pace thingy. But I also have to say it's weird being back here after that, because I feel like since it's already like fall and stuff, I'm sort of like thinking that yeah, it's soon, like all of the construction is done and like it's just waiting until the spring starts. But we're actually quite far from that. I'll take the battery out so that it doesn't spin on me when I do this. But yeah, so we're quite far from snow still. So even if I feel like yeah, it's surely the winter and snow and stuff soon, but it's actually like months and months still. Because I think it's usually like the earliest we could get snow is like like late November, early December. But even then it's rarely sticking. So even if we get like a snow at the, let's say like early December, it's hardly ever the one that then remains until like the whole winter. So even if we get like a few specks of snow in the December, I don't think that's gonna be the one that ruins the construction for us. So I'm assuming we'll be like here until like at least December. Up until how late in December, I guess, depends. Trying to get the lock. Because there's a button I press on the other side. to lock the disc. I don't know why it's gone. Now it's there. So then I can unlock this disc to change it. But yeah, so we are really far from ending construction here, and there's still lots and lots to do, even though we won't be doing anything else than the foundations this year. So there's plenty stuff to do still, which I guess is a bit stressful as well, because we are like sort of in a schedule, in the sense that we would like to get a lot of the stuff done before winter, and even if it's like a few months away, still it does go quite fast. It's something I've noticed, is that the time do fly. It do be flying. But yeah, so I now have a fresh disc. This is actually quite fast to change. I know that's like some of these machines, well, I don't know if these kind of machines necessarily, but I know like multi-cutters, they have like different kinds of like fast flicking of the blades. I don't know if that's like really necessary though. I guess if you were like doing it so that you would like do one thing and then you need a different kind of head for the other thing, and you would like need to switch between those two. But for example, with drills, I'd rather just have two different drills, so one for drilling and one for screwing, for example. So is this the only construction projects you have going on at the moment? Yeah, because again, like I work as a software developer for my actual work. So this is just as a sort of like a hobby, is to construct a house for myself. So I'm not like a professional in the field, so there's not only this project of like this our house. There is the shed we would also like to do here, but still it's like this plot is the only one I'm working on. Although of course if for example my father has anything or my brother has anything they need help with, I of course try and help those. But like for actual construction, I don't think anyone else has anything in this scale, like going from the foundations upwards. Because for example my brother has had like a water damage, so the roof was leaking, so there was some stuff that was done on that, so we had to like open the walls there and open the roof and like switch up some stuff. So that's that kind of stuff I've done at my brother's place. And then my father has also like made like sort of like a shed, but like a proper one, like more like it's like an open garage, I guess. So one of those I've built with my father quite recently, but nothing of this scale. Oh shit, that's awesome. I'm looking to get into software development, but it's tough to find anything entry level that will train to. Yeah, I was really lucky, I have to say. I don't think the same, because again, my friends, a friend that was like in university at the same time as I was, her brother, like younger brother, just recently graduated. And they are like, she was asking me like, do I have any tips like how to get into this industry? And unfortunately I don't, because I feel like the time is just so much different now than it was just like because I graduated 20-ish, like during COVID, like just around COVID started. I graduated then, and it was such a different market. So it's like I have no tips for you how to get into it, and I'm really fortunate I am already in it, because I feel like the entry level especially is the hardest part, because there's so many, like, I think it doesn't matter which country you're in either. I feel like with the remote stuff and all that, I feel like it's sort of an even playing field for everyone. So it's like there's so many people being laid off with like experience and stuff. So the entry level jobs are not there, because there's so many like experienced people also looking for jobs, and when they can choose, it's like they usually do go for the more experienced ones, especially if they can like do the salary as well. Because I feel like with the salaries, they used to be quite high up, but I feel like now that if you like switching the jobs, it's not like guaranteed you'd be getting a raise. Because I feel like just 10 years ago, that feels crazy to say that, but like 5 to 10 years ago, I feel like every time someone switched a job in the IT field, they would like be guaranteed sort of like that's the reason you would be like switching jobs, mostly was because you'd get like a better salary. Because I feel like inside the companies you wouldn't get raises that easy, but you would get a raise if you just switch the company. And I guess you could threaten leaving and that would also work. But then you would have to have something lined up. was weird. It was sowing for like 1,000 years. For 1,000 years. It's a crazy job market right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like the worst time at the moment for it. And I feel like it's of course mostly I would say blamed with the AI stuff. But even then it's like hard because like we have people at the office. Some of them are like violently for AI. Some of them are like violently against it. I feel like I'm a bit neutral. I don't think like the work I'm doing, I'm not gonna go into it too much, but I feel like it hasn't been that helpful. Like I've tried a few times to like ask it stuff, and it's always like taking its time and then giving me all sorts of weird answers and like hallucinating and stuff. Like simple things like, can you use this sort of algorithm to answer this question? And it just says like, yeah, I can't really, sorry. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what are you saying? You can't do this. so it's been weird. But yeah, I guess that's mostly to blame with that. There's like lots of people thinking that, yeah, those guys won't be needed in the future with the AI coming in and stuff like that. And I guess some of it might be true, but I feel like most of it won't be. So again, the only one making money with AI is Nvidia, because they're like selling the shovels. Same with Gold Rush. Back in the day, that when the gold rush began, the only one making profit was the ones selling the pickaxes and shovels. So we have the same here with the Nvidia. But yeah, so that's a reason why the channel is called Amateur, because I have no construction background. So I have helped my parents build their house, but again, my parents they don't have any construction background. So like I said earlier, my father has worked like on construction yards when he was younger. So like setting up like scaffolding and stuff like that. But that's like not what he does as a living. So none of us are like construction background. So that's why we are amateuring away here. But I would like to think that we'll see. I guess it depends. It could be something that if I say that it doesn't feel like it's too complicated, it might bite me in the ass if I make like massive mistakes in the future. But I feel like these kind of things are like construction related things are stuff that people do without thinking too much. And I'm not saying that it doesn't require a lot of thought, but I feel like it's something that you can learn, and if you just like keep your head at it, I don't think it necessarily needs to be too complex. Again, not saying that it's not hard work, because I have already said on stream that no one warned me that you get your muscles aching, guys. No one warned me about the muscle ache involved in construction. Because everyone says that it's gonna take all your free time and you'll regret it. But I guess the only, like I have no regrets yet. I have to say that. The only thing I have been like pissed about is the banks. But I guess it's also like a crazy loan market kind of thing at the moment, with like nobody trusting the prices to remain anywhere they have been in like tens of years. No one knows if they will be that, since like COVID messed up a bit of those. And of course I guess the whole political scene at the moment is a bit uneven. As it's pretty impossible to compete with just skills as a newcomer, I would definitely follow up the tips given by some tech streamers, like use whatever you really love and make sure you're going to be able to talk about it in depth, and maybe reflect some of it into software development if possible. To me at least, that has been something one can actually show how they approach and explain things and so on. Yeah, of course, if you have like any like hobby projects. I remember I was in a job interview for like a programming position, and they wanted to know if I had any like hobby projects I had worked on, like let's say like a portfolio of a kind. And I remember I had made a character creator for tabletop RPG, so just like a simple UI that did all the roles behind the scenes. So I could just like press a button and it would roll me an NPC with the same rules as you would like rolling a PC, so like a player character. And I showed them that and they were impressed. Because again, it wasn't like anything fancy or anything. It wasn't like I had to follow this tutorial. It was like shown in this video like I just did what was told to me, but it was more like I had this problem I had to solve, and I just did that. Again, nothing like impressive code-wise or UI-wise, nothing like that. But yeah, I got that spot, but I didn't actually take it, so I didn't change company back then. But I was offered the job. But again, the market was different, so I don't know if that would still be the case. But I feel like it was still better than like going with a, let's say, have like a GitHub with like stuff titled as the tutorials videos you've done them by. So nothing wrong with those either. I'm not saying they shouldn't do those. It's just that I think at the end the goal should be that you have some sort of problem you've created yourself, or maybe not created yourself, but the problem you've like identified, and you do work for that, not just those different kinds of tutorials, because it does take a different kind of like mindset to go in and like make something from a scratch, even if, of course, if you have like tutorials to get you there, even if it's like based on something like that, I don't think that's the issue. But yeah, I don't know if I'm the person to ask for, and I don't know, I know you weren't like asking, just that I immediately thought if I have anything to say on the topic. But yeah, I think Stupastin has a good point there that for the interviews have surely changed. Not just regular student who is very enthusiastic and willing to learn, because everyone is like that. Yeah, I guess like trying to like stand out in that crowd is a bit hard. But it could also be like, I could see that if it was a company, let's say it's a company that works in like healthcare, like if you had any background in that, even as a, again, like a random example, let's say that you were like a nurse before going into like a software company that makes software for like healthcare, I would see that as a big benefit, because you'd know like what are they doing like actually with this stuff, just as a example. So like if you're in whatever field and you want to go to software development, I would maybe look up if there's like people working for software in that industry that you're already in, and try to get into those, because then your previous experience could come in handy. So yeah, that's another bundle of 20. That should be the last one then. Just trying to, yeah, because I took the template out because I was quite sure that's the last 20, yeah. So yeah, that is true. I also think having a program of yours to show was very important. I got my software job because I had fairly complex university project to present. Yeah, I would say you need to have a, even back then I feel like it was needed. So you had to have like a portfolio of a kind to show that what you've done before. Yeah, sure, programming stuff would be cool too, but also if you would just explain figure hobby and explain those things in detail and show that when you put your mind to it you can go deep. Yeah. I mean, it is really hard to be good enough at software dev unless you already had that as a hobby. Yeah, I feel like most of the people that from the university that like are really like sought after developers, they had that as a hobby already, and I can't really say I was the kind, because I wasn't really doing that much programming outside of the mandatory courses back then. So again, I might not be the best example. I've also heard getting commits accepted into the Linux mainline is a good way to impress people. Those commit histories stick around. Yeah, I guess that's not something that's easily achievable though, maybe, I don't know. I would assume that there are some really skilled people in there, but maybe you could find something worth fixing there. But I also heard that they're like quite strict on what gets accepted. I don't know if that's still the case. But yeah, I would say that of course would be massive, but again, might be a bit of a challenge doing that, getting that done. Oh yeah, actually I don't need the protective gear anymore because we've done with the cutting for now. So we cut 120 rebars. Can't believe this. So now we could do a bit of bending before we end it. Let's see, what time is it? It's only 20 past 2. So yeah, we have plenty of time. Because I think my brother said that he has a meeting that should be ending between 2 and 3. So like if he goes to the pizza place after like work and stuff, it should be. Yeah, and making Linux commits is not the most fun activity. Yeah, I would assume it's not like one of those things that, yeah, because I've heard the story that there was this guy that joined a company, like applied to the company. It like took 1,000 years to get in there, and he only did like, he fixed one thing and immediately resigned. So he was like an avid user of the program they were developing, and he was pissed about the bug in that software. So he applied a job in there and only fixed that thing and immediately resigned. So I feel like I feel like that kind of attitude, because I feel like Linux is something that has been tinkered enough that it wouldn't be fun to try and find one. But maybe if it's something that you're like struggling with yourself, but I guess that's again quite a niche case. I've been trash talked by Linux hard and survived, yeah. Not many people can say that, so that would be a flex for sure. But yeah, guys, you can actually see the difference in sizes of these discs. So the largest one is the one we previously changed. Then this one is the one we changed today, and this is the last one we changed. So we're making them go smaller and smaller each time, it seems. So we're getting cheaper and cheaper. Guys, does this mean that the budget is running out? Is this the 4 warnings that will be broke? Because it actually might be. Can't believe this. There we go. But yeah, so we could then go back to the bending table and do some bending. I was thinking of changing the gloves, but it actually will be worse than we just did, so I don't think we should. So I'll change the camera angle a bit. My lunch seems to have taken 2 hours to make. I'm only now going to eat. Had to go get medicine for the cats because they are having stomach issues. Oh no, can't believe this. I actually asked what are you having for lunch, but I guess that's like a side thought at the moment then. Let's hope the cats get better. Can't believe this. But yeah, so I think this is somewhere where you guys could be when we'll do at least a 20 pile. Because I've been doing them at a pile of 20 when I've been bending these guys, and then I have to collect the tools and stuff before I end, or maybe after I end, depends I guess. But yeah, so those that were here from the beginning, I guess Citronelli saw this already at least. But I just take a bundle of 20 of these like so into here, and then I have to have one foot on the pallet, and then I just push these through here. I have a marking here that's approximately 20 centimeters, and then I tend to screw this bolt here a bit tighter each time I do it. Also, I was seeing Hannu is here. Let's go and talk to Hannu first. I'll turn the camera around so you can see Hannu as well. Päivä. Täällä ollaan raudan kimpussa.
No niin, kyllä. Päärakennus siitä.
Joo, sitä me ajateltiin nyt, että jos sunnuntaina saataisiin tuo toinen sisäseinä tehtyä, sitä täytyy toki yhdistää vielä nuo muotit. Mutta mä ajattelin, että mä alan sitten kyselemään tarjouksia sitä anturabetonista. Ja voisi kysyä sillä, että onko se järkevämpi valaa toinen kerralla ja sitten toinen. Et vähän sitä katsotaan määrästä riippuen, että onko se järkevämpi, että ne tulee sillä, että ne valaa yhden ja sitten vasta tekee sen toisen, vai vallaako ne yhtä aikaa molemmat.
No kyllä ne yhtä aikaa, kun eihän tuossa mene nyt tunti menee, kun tämä työtasolla.
Mutta siinä määrällisesti siinä tulee parikymmentä.
No joo, se tietysti se, että...
Niin, että sitä mietin, kato siinä, että jos sitä määrällisesti tulee niin paljon, että ne joutuu vaihtelemaan autoja, että onko
no
siinä
siis
sitten...
joutuu käytännössä 2 betoniautoa ja 1 pumppuauto.
Niin se varmaan tulee joo.
Että pumppuauto silloin riittää 1, mutta jos laitat erikseen, niin 2 kertaa joutuu...
Niin no joo, on siinä, joo, totta se kyllä. Joo, no sitä
se
täytyy...
kannattaa ja kyllä se halaimaksi tulee ottaa yhtä
Joo,
aikaa.
no pitää sitä katsoa.
Ja sen verran pieni on kuitenkin...
Niin, joo, määrällisesti, jep. Joo, parikymmentä kuutiota, kun mä sitä lasken, että sitä voisi mennä.
Joo, no sitä menee silloin 2 autoa.
Joo, jep.
2 autoa, mutta pumppuauto sitten on kuitenkin.
Niin, joo. Joo, no eipä siinä sitten, täytyy tehdä nuo molemmat sitten yhtä aikaa. Mutta ihan kohtuu hyvin tuo näyttö, mä tilasin sieltä lisää noita välirautoja. Siinä oli siinä ohjeessa, että jos vallaa 20 senttisen korkean, niin niitä ei tarvitse lainkaan. Mitkä näitä muottisiteitä tänne. Ja meillähän tulee se 20 senttinen, että niitä ei silloin tarvis. Mutta sitten siinä on, että jos on yli 20 senttinen valu, niin niitä olisi olla metrin välein. Mutta tämä venyy tai niinku aukeaa tämä helposti.
Joo,
niin me sillä ajateltiin, että laittaa vähän tiheämpää. Tilasin sieltä lisää, mä tilasin 100 lisää näitä. Joo. Me saadaan tällä tiheydellä tehtyä ne kaikki.
Niinpä.
saa piettyä nuo sitten nätisti
Joo,
sillä.
se ei levaha ainakaan.
Niin. Täytyy sitten tosiaan tonne, näistä pitää kaikista nuo muovit laittaa tonne alle ja sitten ne pitää sitoa vielä tuolta alhaalta niitä.
Joo,
Että ne on nyt
niinpä.
päältä sidottu, mutta täytyy vielä alhaalta sitoa niitä sitten vielä.
Vielä sulla on siinä
On tässä vielä homma.
haavoittamista.
Mutta sillä se näyttäisi, että ei tässä muuta tehdä, kun nämä anturat sitten tälle vuotta. Että kyllä se viesti oli pankilta aika tyly siitä, että täytyy saada ne osakkeet myytyä ennen kuin neuvottelut jatkuu. Että sitä ootellessa sitten. Niin, se tässä toivottavasti ne nyt sitten menee ennen kevättä. Että se on aika paha kriisi, jos ei ne silloin mene, mutta täytyy sitten alkaa hintaa laskea, jos ei vähän aggressiivisemmin, jos ei muuten ala tapahtua.
Onko sulla lainallinen kuitenkin siitä vielä menossa?
Joo, on siitä siis lainaakin vielä niistä osakkeista.
Mutta tätä lyhennät koko ajan.
Joo, totta kai. Joo, ei mulla sillä aina.
Erikoista, että ne ei sitten.
Joo, siis se siinä just on outo, että ei koskaan tarvinnut mitään niin kuin näitä korkokatkoja tai mitään näitä on niitä, että pistää pelkkää korkoa, ei ne koskaan semmoiseenkaan käyttänyt tai mitään, että sillä tuntuu tosiaan uulta, että se on niin tiukas. Ja sitten tosiaan, että ne summat on vielä aika pieniä, mitä tässä nyt kysellään, että jos oli se sokkelihommakin vähän päälle 20 olisi tarvittu jotakin 30 luokkaa, että se oli tosiaan, no en tiedä, se on tosiaan, laskurit on siellä, niin he laskevat sitten.
Vasta oli uutiset, että pankit on sitä mieltä, että ei ole yhtään heistä johtuvasta syystä
Niin,
ainakaan.
joo, no se kuulostaa.
Lainansaanti on heikentynyt. Kiinteistövälittäjien asiakkaista 95% oli sitä mieltä, että pankit niin on
tässä tapauksessa ongelma,
on niin se pullonkaula.
Joo, kyllä mä
6 viikon päähän ensimmäinen lainaneuvottelu, niin onhan se selvä,
on,
se on pullonkaula.
Joo, ei siinä kyllä oikein pitäisi olla kahta kysymystä sitten, että mistä se mahtaa johtua. Että kyllä ainakin tässä on mun mielestä aika selvä. Kun ei tässä nyt sillä jos miettiä, että no toki tässä on hommaankin vielä hälyttömästi. Isän kanssa oli just puhe siitä, että vaikka me sitä sokkelia olisi päässyt tekemään, niin olisi senkin kanssa varmaan kiire tullut. Koska nyt jos miettii, että mitä tässä vielä on tätä tekemistä, niin kyllä tässä aikaa menee kaikessa. Tässäkin varmaan tekee se, että kun näitä pohjaa kun tekee, niin tässä on niin 2 talon verran pohjaa. Että kun tavallaan jos sitä ajattelee, niin siinä mielessä, että nyt jos ensi vuonna tehdään sitten rakennus kerrallaan sitten siitä ylöspäin, niin se vähän helpottaa sitten kuitenkin siihen tekemisen määrään. Että siinä mielessä tietenkin aikataulullisesti ihan ok, ettei tarvitse tämän pitämälle ressata. Joo, sitä katsottiin tosiaan nyt sitten, kun me on laserilla katsottu tosiaan tätä nyt kokonaan, mutta se oli tosiaan sillä avantilla, kun sitä tasoitteli, niin se näköjään tuli vähän korkeammalle sitten kuitenkin tuo puoli.
Mutta eipä tuossa enää paljon.
Ei tuo paha ole sillä. Siinähän tuossa, jos miettii, niin tuo nurkkaan tyly, kun se on melkein niistä korkein ja siihen tulee eniten sitä sisäseinäanturaa, niin siellä on, siellä on eniten lapioitavaa sitten, mutta eipä se nyt ole. Kun ei sekään tuossa nyt sillä ole paha, kun sitä voi kuitenkin vähän heitellä joka puolelle. Sitä ajateltiin isän kanssa oli puhe, että ottaa sitten vaan sillä, että hakkee sen avantin kauhaa sitten sitä, mitä on ylimääräistä ja laittaa tuonne rummun päälle tuolla. Että tekee sen liittymän, niin nostelee sitä sinne sitä ylimääräistä sitten.
Ja eikä se haittaa tällaisena.
Ei se toki.
On vähän kallista tuolla.
Niin ja sitten mä ajattelin sillä, että jos sen kankaan laittaa, niin sekin, että jos se kauheasti aaltoilee siellä, niin se käy siinä mielessä hyvä, että jos sitten saa sillä, että saa sen tonne foomin alle kuitenkin. Sen kankaan, niin olisi silloin parempi.
Periaatteessa ohjeessa on jopa niinkin hivistelyä, että keskellä pitäisi olla vähän.
Okei, enempi. Joo, no silloinhan sen saa helposti. Niin, no on se toisaalta parempi. Joo, onhan se parempi.
Eikä se ole hyvin teoreettinen, koska eihän sinne niinku päältä päähän sinne ei pääse mihinkään.
Ei pitäisi, joo.
Että se on niinku ainoastaan maakoosta.
Jep. Ja sitäkään ei pitäisi sillä lailla nousta, että se sivusta lähtisi poispäin sitten enää, ettei se toisaalta siinäkään ottaisi. Mutta joo, helppo tässä on toki nyt, kun tätä on reilusti tätä tavaraa täällä, niin sitä on helppo kasata keskelle vähän enempi, että se ei haittaa. Niin, ottaa vain enempi sitten.
Ja sitten sitäkin silmällä pitää, että jos nyt laitat sen talaveksi siihen sen suodatin kankaan, niin se vesi puhuu.
Joo, se on totta, joo, se on toinen kanssa, että lähtee poispäin. Ja sitten pressuthan tähän oli tarkoitus laittaa tosiaan tähän anturaan joka puolelle sitten, että siinäkin mennään sitten. Mutta joo, täytyy tosiaan sitä anturavaluhintoja kysellä sitten, että siihen nyt.
Ei nyt pari viikkoa varmaan vielä tässä.
Ei, en usko, että tässä. Mä veikkaan, että jos mä kysyn niitä hintoja, niin varmaan syyskuun loppuun lokakuun alkoi sitten sitä valupäivää sitten. Varsinkin jos ne nyt yhtä aikaa tekee molemmat, niin menee tässä sitten vielä.
Tässä on vielä tuohon käyttää aikaa.
Menee. Jep. On siinä jo hommaa vielä. Mä en tosiaan.
Aina sitä mietin, että mun pitää sitten se aloitus.
Joo, totta. Joo, pitää se sitten katsoa. Jep. Joku perjantaina se sitten. Joo, hyvissä ajoin totta kai. Joo, hyvissä ajoin.
Käy vielä tämän raavoituksen kanssa.
Jep.
Kokonaan uutena.
Joo, mutta se vaikutti ainakin valmistajaohjeiden perusteella, että se ei ole mikään kauhean ressi sen suhteen, että jos sitä 20 senttiä vaan vallaan, niin sen pitäisi näiden kestää ilman mitään rautaakin näiden muottien. Että eihän siinä muuta ole, kun se isän kanssa oli vaan puhe, että se olisi hyvä nyt sitten, kun sitä puottaa sitä tavaraa, niin puottaa niiden muovien päälle aina ensin. Että se pitää ne tavallaan, kun ne muovit, ettei ne lähde poispäin sieltä. Että se pitää se sitten, että se tavara pysyy sisäpuolella.
Se saattaa olla niin, että kun sä näet sitä pystyy vartioimaan,
niin
se paineella tulee.
Niin jo, sepä se. Sitten katsotaan, mihin se siitä lähtee.
Jonkun verran, mutta ei se haittaa.
Jep. Enempi siinä ehkä sillä, että eka jos pläräyttää sen tuohon, niin sitten kun se lähtee eteenpäin, niin senhän pitäisi olla aina sen muovin päällä sitten eteenpäin mentäessä. Että siinä mielessä, että jos sitä vaan saa piettää sitä tahtia järkevämmän, niin silloinhan se pitäisi toki mennä sitten. Mutta sillä ihan tyytyväinen kyllä, että se on tosi helppoja työstää, mukavia työstää nämä
kyllä tämä siinä mielessä on helppo homma, että verrattuna siihen, että saisi lauvasta
niin, alkaa tekemään sillä jos miettii. Ja tässä vielä jos miettii, että kun pystyy helposti liikuttelemaan, että kun on nämä langat täällä, että ottaa se 5 senttiä tuosta langan reunasta, että kun siinä on se rappausvara, niin tavallaan, että sit on helposti vielä liikutella, että sit jos puumuoteista olisi tehnyt ja ruvonnut jo toisiinsa niitä, niin sitten, että minkä verran niitä pystyisi liikuttelemaan sitten enää. Että
no ei niitä juuri enää sitten liikuttaa.
Että sillä on ihan kätevä kyllä. Ihan mukavia ollut työstää nämä.
Joo.
Mä katsoin, että tuolla oli toinenkin muru, mutta etsin, että mistä ne on tullut. Että täällä ei pitäisi olla meillä mitään lasia ollut.
Niin.
Että en tiedä mistä ne on lentänyt, onko ne tullut jostakin tuulen mukana vai muualta, mutta en tiedä. Ihmettelin samaa.
Vuoden aloittaa Turku.
Niin, voi olla, kun tässä on tietenkin se aiempi purettu, niin on se mahdollista, että nyt kun on tavallaan satanut ja muuta, että tietysti tulee esille. Niin noussut sitten. Noussut niitä sitten.
Joo, eikä siinä jatka sinä täällä.
Jep. Joo, mä laittelen sulle, mutta varmaan se on tosiaan loppukuuta tai ensi kuun alkua sitten. Melko varmasti menee sinne. Yes, moro! Okay, so I think Hannu has again noticed that the stream is live because I think, although I don't know if he has been, I don't think he's been here this week because I do have cameras, so I do see if he comes to the plot. But I don't think he's been here this week, so I'm assuming he noticed that the stream is live and thought to come in and say hello. But yeah, just saying that I need to inform him when the concrete is poured, because that's the official start date of the construction or something like that. It's like the first meeting or whatever is on that day or something. There's like some bureaucracy involved with the starting of the concrete pouring, which is weird to me, because if you think like, when does this thing actually start? Well, we've been here since like April 28th or something, so it would be interesting saying that, okay, the construction just started since we started pouring concrete here. I made a falafel salad, basically just wash stuff and threw it into a bowl. Very nice, very nice. Force feeding them the medicine also took a while. Yeah, that sounds diabolical. That sounds like a lot. But yeah, so for those that didn't see the bending from before, this is how it's done. I basically try to use my body weight for it. And then I'm a bit paranoid on this going underneath it, so that's why I usually pause it for a second and do it a second time, because we want it to be in a 90-degree angle, like a straight guy like this. I guess it's could be a bit more. I guess it's acceptable maybe. I'll just bend it a bit more with my foot here. That should be good. Yeah. So then I place it somewhere here. I feel like I should move the whole pallet thing a bit further away because the rebars here are getting in the way. Can't believe this. But yeah, what's the time? It's almost 3. I don't know, have I gotten any messages? Let's see if I have gotten any messages from my brother. Let's see, actually, I'm seeing there's some messages, but I don't think any of those were from my brother, so yeah, I don't think, no. Okay, I just saw there's a message from my aunt that she has uploaded a new emote for a crying rat emote, so I'll have to check that after stream. So guys, we might be getting a new emote again. Hello, very nice. Emote hype, guys. I think that's okay. A little bit more. And there we go. Another corner done. Or like an L shape, I guess. One rebar tried to escape. Can't believe this. Bending. Is it too much? Maybe not. It also sometimes gets stuck, so I feel like this bolt here gets stuck to the handle. Like tries to take with it. Tries to move with it. But yeah, so we'll do these 20 rebars and I think we'll call it quits then for today. Trying to see if there's anything I missed. But yeah, apologies for the sudden Finnish yapping with me and our answering master supervisor thingy guy. Supervisor master to the max. Why is it getting stuck with the bolt again? Diabolical. Diabolical. That looks to be fine. That's all fine. But yeah, we'll have to make sure we leave some for Citronelli to do next Friday. Looking good. But yeah, force feeding medicine to cats sounds like absolutely diabolical action. I just remember there's this clip of a frog being force fed something and it just like tries to with its paws, like I don't know what I don't think they're called paws on a frog, but tries to get the stuff out because it's probably vile tasting. I think we need to do a bit more. That's good. Good. Very nice. I'm just coming up with praises for these rebars. But yeah, this is basically what I've been doing in most of the evenings this week that I've been here bending this. I've been doing like 40 every time I've been here. So I guess I could do these the next week as well in the evenings. Just make sure I leave some for Citronelli to do. So you guys can see a professional work it. Oh, we're halfway there. How many are remaining? 5, yeah, I think there's like 12 or something remaining. Also a bit stressed because I keep hearing this flickering sound or whatever you call that. And it's the plastic bag where the blades are. But it's not going anywhere, it's just that it's like flown around. Okay, we probably overdid it here. Yeah, it's going downwards. Can't believe this, guys. We got too excited. I don't know if you can like bend it back, if that's like undo is possible, but I can bend it back on the ground. Just wondering if you could do that on the machine. I don't think an easy way to do it, because you somehow have to like put it the other way around and try to get the turn where it would be touching the. Because again, it was a hard one to measure. Like, if you measure 20 centimeters from here to here, that's not the measure, because the bend, because it's like a circular, so the corner there goes in like a circle. It extends it weirdly. So I just had to like test it. So I just had to like bend one and see what the length would be, and then like extend it from there. Also seems to have touched the chat phone. I don't know at what point. How did I do that? But yeah, maybe now we have 10 remaining. 10 remaining. Clunk. But yeah, you can maybe see the energy is running out of me. The yapping is ending, guys. No more small talk. Can't believe this. Let's see how many remains. 9 remains, so we're over halfway though. Very good. Squeak. Is it too much again? A little bit. Because I feel like if it's diabolically bad, so since it goes into the foundation mold like this, and we'll tie these to the current foundation molds, so if this guy is like going like this or inwards, it will be hard to get the bricks, like the insulation bricks that will make the walls out of, to go in there. And then of course we'll have to like extend these irons as well, so for those to work properly it would also be harder. So I'm trying to get the angle as close as possible. Not too bad. But yeah guys, 7 more rebars warning. I feel like the handle is also has been bent a little bit. I feel like it's, first of all, it has been bent a bit upwards, so I feel like when I pull it a bit upwards, which is not like ideal. And I guess it's also like twisted a bit. So we'll see if this handle thing will last us as long as the rebars need it to. Actually, this could have been bent a bit more. Let's put it back. Oh, it's too much. Guys, I'm throwing. Throwing for sure, guys. Throwing for content. Clearly. Throwing for content. But yeah, so next stream will be Sunday. Me and Ekkuna will be working on the insulation boards. So for the main building, we'll be placing more of those insulation boards that we can then put the foundations on top of. So that's the next goal. Because again, I don't know how many of these we need exactly until we have like placed all those foundation molds, so that's why I'm not making more than this 120. Well, total would be 240 then, but I'm assuming we need something like 300 ish total, but before I know the exact amount, I don't want to make these because first of all it of course takes time and effort to make these, but in addition if we like cut extra of these, I don't think we normally need 80 centimeter long rebars anywhere. So if we had just like extras of these, it will be hard to find use for them. Like structural wise, I don't think we need these guys anymore anywhere else than what they will be used for, so the foundation, not within the walls and stuff. Yeah, that's good. Two more rebars after this, guys. I'm actually a bit thirsty, so we could maybe have a hydration check where we could see if there's someone to raid. There's so many people I noticed that went live like before I did, so again a bit risky whether they are live still or not. Sunnyside Jack was playing Silk Song. Kasara I noticed was, I don't know, ranking some F1 drivers or something. I think Lizzie was also planning to play at least on Silk Song. I don't know, I didn't see her play it yet, but we'll see if any of them are live still. Because again, all of them started before me, so could very well be that they have ended already. So yeah, one more rebar, guys. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Also the sun is gone. So it is fitting ending. The last one. Last one. I think we overdid it a little bit. Let's fix it. That's good. So yeah, that's all the bending done. Now I guess the question is, do we wrap this guy up? I think we should. Because again, there's a lot of packing I need to do, a lot of tools I need to carry to different places. So let's at least do some of it. I don't necessarily know if this thing would go to, like if the weather, like water or anything like that, would actually do any harm to it, but no reason to try it out since we do have a lot of these covers to use. So yeah, then we need to carry all this stuff. What's all this then? What's all this then? I guess we can leave the stones and stuff, we just have to take the tools. So let's take all of these. So actually these two I can take to the, because these are going to a different address. You can also maybe leave the gloves here already. But yeah, so guys, we're almost to the end of the stream. There's also the one chair. But yeah, just bear with me for a moment. Squeak, squeak. Let's leave the gloves here as well. Although I have to say the machines especially it's quite dirty on the exterior. The angle grinder, I mean. I was thinking if the microphone's running out of battery, but we've only been live for like 3 hours, so surely not. Surely not. Actually, just noticed Alex went live, so we might raid there as well. Since she's at least live when she just started. But yeah, it seems like the audio and stuff is still working very nice. But yeah, so I'll carry the tools away and then we'll have a quick one more hydrate break. We can talk about Minecraft or whatever you guys want to yab about. But yeah, I'll take these away before. Could also maybe just bring the drink here because I have a chair there as well. But yeah, I'm really craving to play some RimWorld as well. But I did already say that I would wait until I will stream it to play it so that I have the same kind of excitement. Also because there's like this new mod pack that I haven't played and it would be nice to get the first experience on it on stream. Although I guess with RimWorld it doesn't matter that much if it's like new to you or not. I guess for like efficiency wise, not getting like stuck in the beginning, it would be nice to have a bit of experience on stuff. But I guess it's all content. Like messing up bad is pure content. So content perspective, I guess it would be better if I go with no experience on the mod pack. But yeah, I'm just unloading all the tools I borrowed earlier from myself. I have to return them. Almost done with this. Also now I have 3 batteries I need to charge, which is a lot. Okay, coming back. What should I drink? It's been 2 hours since the last hydrate, which is diabolical, guys. But I guess it also explains why I'm thirsty now. But yeah, so we were discussing with Hannu that it would be better to pour the concrete for both buildings at the same time. Hannu was saying that it's not that much and it would still like, for like the trucks to coming, it would make sense to do it at once. And I guess for like work-wise, so if we just get like some people here to help, it would be maybe easier to get them here once to help, even if it's like a longer day then, than it would be to get them on like 2 different occasions. So for that sake, I feel like it would be smarter to do it all at once. Yeah, I'll take another Fanta to drink. Okay, I'm soon back. Where do we point the camera at? I guess we could have it here. Maybe put it a bit upwards, so you can see the nice foresty backyard we have. And then I'll pull up a chair. I didn't actually check where do I need to sit to be on camera, but I guess here would be fine. We also don't need like the umbrella thingy now that it's behind the clouds there. But yeah, so that would be the construction for today. I don't think there's much that, well, of course there's stuff you can do alone, but stuff that would make sense doing alone. So for that sake, I'll save the insulation board stuff for Sunday. For we'll still be here, Gunnar and me, both of us will be here. So we'll start at 1 p.m. so 2 hours earlier than what it is now. I guess an hour later than today is another way to say it. But yeah, let's see if there's someone to raid. Although I don't know if there's many of you guys there, if we should raid. What's the etiquette? How many do we need for a raid? Let's see, there's some talk about, because we'll have a TRPG session on Saturday. So there's some talk on like what will we eat there. So I wonder, because I know there's like one guy is a bit allergic to everything. And he will be remotely attending this time, so I guess that's why they're going crazy now. Suggesting all sorts of madness. Because there's no one with allergies this time there. So I guess that's a good reason to go crazy then. Well, it does make sense. It does make sense, guys. But yeah, so let's see. Wait, what did I open now? Trying to see past you guys. You're not making it easy. Also one-handed. Maybe making it hard for myself. I see Alex is just chatting, so we could go there. I'm assuming she will play Expedition later. Maybe, I think the notification said Valorant as well, so maybe those two. In either order, actually, I don't know which one goes first. But yeah, I also just realized I have to make sure the remote allergies. Oh yeah, that is the case. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he might get like afflicted by the food just from like via the Discord call or whatever. But yeah, I would like. It would really suck having allergies. Like just seeing how many things he has to like. Well, of course, like it's a constant stress. I guess you could have to live with it, but I still like seeing how hard it is for him to like order in a restaurant and stuff. That's like really a struggle. So I would of course not hope it for anyone. It's not like a joke. And of course we've been like really cautious about bringing stuff that he would be allergic to. So I guess that's also a reason why the guys are now really eager to take this opportunity. But yeah, so we'll raid Alex. She's a Swedish streamer. I've been a viewer of hers for like a long time now. Maybe almost a year, something like that. So we'll raid there. It should be some quality content and some good gaming there. Unlike here when it's mostly like rebar related. Can't believe this. But yeah, I'll keep this phone out because I'll join the raid, but I'll join it a bit late because I'm now like absolutely paranoid about the stream staying on when I raid. So I'll put this into like stream ending screen already before, but I'll then have to make sure that I actually end it as well. So that's now gotten me a bit paranoid. I think it might have been Seribot earlier that has like ended my stream when we've raided out. Also, yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Hessu and Stupastin. Again, Stupastin, thank you so much for the support last stream. That was massive. We also got like an emote slot open because of that, so that's again massive. And I think there's gonna be a new emote added soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good one because my aunt already sent that she has uploaded a new one, so I'll just have to check it. Just embrace the 24/7 mentality. Amateur only sleeping. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Massive emotes, yeah. We're getting massive emotes, guys. Very nice. But yeah, 24/7 stream sounds diabolical. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.